everyone, welcome back to the Tarot Adventure. This is Robin and I'm very happy to have you here today for another pick a card reading. So before we begin, I would really want to thank everyone who liked one of my previous videos or commented. It really means so much for this small channel. I came to YouTube with really no expectations of what would happen. I just really love doing tarot readings for my friends, for myself, and it is really such a good feeling to hear that one of my readings was helpful for at least one person. It really makes it worthwhile and it makes me so happy and really makes me look forward to the next reading and the next topic. So on that note, again, thank you so much. For everyone else watching, do consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon, or perhaps liking this video if you enjoyed it. But yes, let's get into today's topic. So that is, what kind of feelings does your crush have for you? Alright, so we will look at their feelings currently. We will also look at what was going through their head the last time you guys talked or saw each other, and then we will also have a look at what kind of intentions they have from this connection. So I have prepared 4 groups for you today, and I will try to get a close-up of each of them so you can see each of these beautiful cards. So for group 1, we have this gorgeous big rainbow in a sea of pink clouds, along with this pink and brown very sparkly butterfly. Now for group 2, we have the unicorn, such a mystical, gracious creature on a purple background, and then we have the pink and gold big butterfly. I think this is actually my favorite. Let's see if group 2 is mine. Now for group 3, we have the wolf in the dark, howling at the full moon with this big sparkly light beige and brown butterfly. And then for group 4, we have this image of someone standing in between 2 places, holding a star in their hands, standing in between an old house and a majestic castle. And to go with that is this light red and very sparkly butterfly. So these are the 4 groups for you. If you'd like to pause the video right now to take a moment, have a deep breath and decide on which one of these you are most drawn to, then go ahead and do so. All the timestamps will be provided down below, so as soon as you make up your mind, then you can go ahead and click your own group, and then of course I will see you there. So see you soon! Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. So today's topic is, how does your crush feel about you right now at this moment? And also we will be looking at how they felt and what they thought the last time that they saw you, and also what kind of intentions do they have with you in this connection. So you chose this beautiful little wishcraft card with the rainbow and the pink clouds. We will look at it a little bit later. You also chose this pretty sparkly butterfly with pink and white and brown wings. This is really lovely. I will put it here next to the card. But first I want to draw a few cards to get an idea of the situation, of the scenario. So I made these little cards that are, let's call them crush scenarios. I will think maybe of a better title for this little deck at some point in time. By the way, if any of you would be interested in having one of these decks as a DIY, a printable, do let me know, so I might put it up on some Etsy store or something like that. Alright, but So here we have different crush scenarios that might be going on between the two of you, and this is only to get an idea of what the group's energy is and whether you resonate with this current situation that the cards will present. So already we have one card, we will draw 5, alright, because there may be many different people watching the readings, all of them in different situations, but if you resonate with at least one of these cards, do know that this may be the group for you. Okay, so 2 more. I will draw them and then we will look at them together. Interesting. Right, let's put them back in because that's 3. Alright, so these are the five scenarios. Let's have a look at them. So already we have double date. So you might have already been on a double date with this person and some of your friends. We have holding hands. So either they want to hold your hand or you have been holding hands. I'm getting this scenario of going ice skating and one of you or both of you can't ice skate that well. So you would hold hands so you don't slip and fall. Something like that. Something that maybe it wasn't done in a romantic way, but it was definitely perceived as such. Alright, excuses to text. Oh, that's really funny. So your person may be coming up with different excuses to send you a message, perhaps asking you about something. Did you know this or have you seen that? Which is basically just an excuse to be able to talk to you, start a conversation. Okay. And we also have mutual friends. So again, it might be in this double date context that you have been out with your crush and mutual friends. You might have a shared friend group. And we have joking around. All right, so someone here, either you or your crush, likes to be joking around. Maybe they are downplaying how they feel about you through that, making jokes about you or someone, or just in general. Maybe they like to make self-deprecating jokes, laughing at themselves. But yes, so if you resonate with these messages, if you feel that this is the group for you, then do keep on watching. We'll get the tarot now. And after that, we will get, of course, oracle cards. But let's see. First of all, our first question is, how is your crush feeling about you right now at this moment? And I will not be taking reversals in this deck. I think the images are quite beautiful as they are, and I like to keep them upright. And you can usually get a very good interpretation just with the deck being upright and the cards being upright. Okay, so how is group 1's crush feeling for them right now? 9 of Swords. Someone is feeling very anxious. Someone can't sleep at night. 3 of Swords. Alright, there's some kind of heartbreak, heavy feeling. I wonder what that's about, because we also have here the Sun. So we have 2 very conflicting energies. We have Princess of Winter. This is Page. Yes, it's the Page of Swords, if I'm not mistaken. I will check that for you in a moment. But then we also have number 13, Release. So this is the Death card. Alright. Let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities. That's interesting. Time to move on. Right, and back of the deck we have the 4 of Pentacles. Holding on. Alright. So what I see here with all of these swords is that someone very much needs clarity in this connection. The way I'm seeing it at the current time, there is a lot of confusion in your person's mind. Again, this is all about their feelings, what's going on with them right now. So they are dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights, and a lot of worrying about this connection, because they do feel, in a sense, that it is leading them into a place of heartbreak. They are worried that they will be unsuccessful. They are worried that if they get involved, it would only bring them sadness because they have no chance for success in this connection. And yet, the way they see you, right here in the middle of the reading, this beautiful, radiant sun, you may be someone who is very joyful, very playful, and you bring a lot of color and beautiful energy to people's lives. maybe you're the one who likes to joke around and cheer people up, and you may have a lot of friends, a big friend circle, and you are always the center of attention, such a happy person, and they are really feeling like they can't live up to that for that reason, and they are holding on to what they have right now with you, which may be just a very casual connection, because they feel that if they were to try to bring some clarity, then it would come off the wrong way. Perhaps they would be, in a sense, quite untactful in the way they present that information, in the way they confess their feelings to you, that you might just laugh it off and completely sever ties with them. This is what I see. So we have here the Death card, and they are afraid of an ending with you if they were to come out. They really feel like they aren't at your level. Maybe they are putting you up on a pedestal, and even though you mean so much to them, they are extremely scared of making a move here, of making a confession. So right now they are feeling quite blocked. The Four of Pentacles to me is also a card of being greedy, not being open to sharing with others. So what I think that this could represent here is them not wanting to share a lot of their time or to put up a worthier effort, because they are very scared of a potential ending with you. And they feel that this is really the only way to protect their own heart, to not invest too much. Because this is a really self-defeating attitude. It's like from the get-go, they are saying that this won't work out, and they're really self-sabotaging here in this connection. They have somehow decided they are not worthy, they're not good enough for you, and you wouldn't have any kind of interest in them. So what is the point? This is what I hear. What is the point? That's really difficult. Let's see, what were their thoughts? I will leave this back of the deck card in here. So what were their thoughts, and what were they feeling the last time that they saw you? The last time that Group 1's crush saw Group 1. How were they feeling, and what were they thinking? So, well, back of the deck we have the Queen of Pentacles. Let me push these over here so we have room for all of the cards. These are quite big cards. So, and then we have the Nine of Wands, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups, alright, we have the Eight of Swords, and then we have the Hangman, number 12. So this is what I mean, they were really putting you up on a pedestal. Look at this beautiful and successful queen that really has it all, and you see, she's not even looking at the person who is in front of her. She is just enjoying her own life and her own vibe, and she's almost like pointing, like, move away. Perhaps you are sending this person mixed signals. So even though you are interested in them, perhaps you were making it seem like you're not that interested. Perhaps you were playing hard to get, and they really took that to heart. And now they're trying to understand. They're trying to understand, where does that come from, because they felt something really beautiful for you with this Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups. They felt something real there. They felt a lot of joy in their heart, a feeling of celebration. They must have been extremely happy to see you, and they felt this connection, emotional connection that you two had, but yet they are very confused about what is actually going on. Why are you sending them these mixed signals that they really don't know what to do about it? So now with the Eight of Swords, I see that they are really trapping themselves in their own mind. They were overanalyzing and not really understanding anything of what was going on. So I see this person as lacking confidence. Perhaps you were in such a setting the last time you saw them that you were center stage of something and you were having fun, perhaps laughing with your friends, or yes, in some kind of social gathering. And it may be even so that this person couldn't even muster up the courage to come up to you and talk. So maybe they were just watching from a distance and, having all of these negative mental processes in their head. Or if you guys did talk or interact, they were really being very careful of how they presented themselves and couldn't really let themselves go and let themselves enjoy, because I do believe that these feelings were taking over them. They were like, oh, I can't believe this is happening, and maybe getting butterflies in their stomach, and really very excited to be around you, but at the same time overthinking everything, all of their actions and your words, everything you had to say. And I think that after this meeting took place, that they went through the whole scenario in their head for days on end, perhaps ruminating on it before going to bed and upon waking up, and literally every single moment of the day they have been thinking and thinking, what could this all mean? And now I'm really confused, and I know I really want this, but I feel as if this isn't mutual. Maybe they think that you are this friendly and exuberant with everyone, with all of your friends, so how would they be any more special? And yes, I do see them being very guarded. Perhaps they didn't want to share so much with you about their own lives, about how things are going for them. Maybe they were trying to make it all about you, just to avoid a kind of situation where they would have to answer some questions that perhaps they weren't ready to answer. Perhaps if the conversation would have moved into the realm of romance and connections, then they wouldn't have been ready to answer any of that, and really scared that they would make it obvious then through their looks and their body movements, how they actually feel for you, because they wouldn't want you to see any of that until they are sure, and they are very unsure. So I do believe, in your case, Group 1, that this person really thinks that they have no chance with you at all. That's really sad. Let's get a different deck and see what kind of intentions they have with you moving into the future. For Group 1 and their crush, what kind of intentions do they have for the near future with Group 1? What kind of intentions does their crush have with them, with Group 1? Crush's intentions for Group 1. I don't know what it would really take to convince this person. Look how long it's taken to shuffle the deck. I think that they don't even want to go into that headspace of considering. But here we have the King of Cups. A lot of affection, a lot of emotional mastery. This person doesn't just have a crush on you, they may be madly in love with you, I feel. But there's a lot that they're holding back. They haven't even decided, they haven't even gotten into this mental process of trying to make a plan. You know, everything is undecided. The energy about their intentions is so still at the moment. Alright, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. They are just content with daydreaming. As you can see, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, that's stagnation, that's stillness, no movement. They are not ready to make a move towards you. And then we have the Sun again. But oh, this is, I do feel that only in their daydreams do they really get to enjoy this possibility of the two of you being together. Again, you're this goddess, you're this beautiful, free person who brings radiance and joy into everyone's lives, but they have no idea and no plan of how to move towards that. So they are in fantasy realm, they are daydreaming about you, of how beautiful you are, of how exuberant and fascinating you are. Even then, they are holding back from diving into this fantasy too much. Because what would happen if they were really sucked into this portal of really going all in with their thoughts and their feelings? You can see it's this woman is beckoning him into the portal. What if they decide to enter it, to go all in, and it is just an illusion? Is this real or is it not? And they aren't letting themselves even to enjoy that too much. The emotion is blocked. They are very fearful of heartbreak, and they are very fearful of misinterpreting any signals. It's like they can't even get themselves to entertain the slightest possibility of the two of you being together, which is very sad because they do have a lot of love for you. And perhaps since you are watching this reading and you are interested about them, perhaps the feeling is very much mutual and you both want the same thing, but see, they are their own worst enemy. Group 1, I'm really sad to say this about your crush, because I really do think that they are very sincere in their feelings, and this could really work out in a very beautiful way. But they need to get out of their head. That's what they need. Alright, let's get some oracle cards for you. What kind of shift in perspective, what kind of shift in energy needs to happen so that Group 1's crush can come towards them to express these feelings? Oh, we have the dead end. Okay. So I do think here that if they are to continue on this path that they are on, just living in this state of anxiety and worry and overthinking the connection, they will eventually wear out, they will eventually reach a dead end, and at that point they will have a revelation that their actions haven't been leading them anywhere, that they took a wrong approach in this connection and they need to own up to it, they need to correct course, retrace their steps, and start over fresh. Get back to the start line, get back to the point where all of this began, and do things differently. take a different route. They need to start off in a completely new headspace. But it may take some time. It may take some patience for them to see for themselves that it cannot work out while they are in this mental space. You cannot do things for them to make them more confident, to make them more vulnerable and ready to open up. You cannot do any of that for them. It must come from within, and it must come from their own realization that they are headed for a dead end. They need to see this for themselves, and it may take time. But again, this connection may be very new for some. So what the universe is saying, don't overthink it. Just let your person figure this out. They will realize that this attitude isn't going to lead them to success with you. Let's get some more oracle cards then for you. What else is there to know about group 1's crush and their feelings for them? Their feelings for them at this moment. We have Angel of Strength. So I see them being strong, not giving up on what you have together. They really want to give this a go, even though they haven't figured out the details quite yet. But it's just the intensity of the feelings that is something that they cannot leave behind. They wouldn't be able to move on from something of that magnitude without any closure. So they are being strong, and they will find their way. But right now, they are extremely confused over what to do. We also have Goddess of the Moon, all right? So you are very inspiring to them, group 1, and I see them perhaps at some point in time having a dream or several dreams of you where your higher self connects with them directly to express some of these feelings that you have for them also, if they are mutual. The moon is all about what is hidden in the shadows, and the moon energy is also a divine feminine energy. So what I see here is that the thing that will start to shift their perspective on your connection is some kind of dream, some kind of premonition of the future and of the actual energetic reality of what the two of you have together. And you know, sometimes when you have these dreams about a person in particular, you wake up seeing them in a completely different light. And that might be the aha moment when they finally understand that there is a true possibility here that they should be willing to explore. I will get now a few more cards for you. Let's see, what else is there to know about group 1's crush and their feelings for group 1. What else is there to know about this connection? We have life purpose, manifest your dreams. So again, this speaks of dreams and perhaps seeing a dream into reality. And we have forgiveness, compassion and kindness. So I see them becoming quite regretful about all the wasted potential and all the wasted time. And this here will be a challenge for them to forgive themselves for not seeing clearly, and for you also to forgive them for not taking action and again missing a golden opportunity with you. But I see you, group 1, even as of right now, being compassionate towards them and understanding that they simply don't have the strength right now at this moment, but they will grow into their power, and they will come towards you when the time is right, when they have figured things out and they are ready for a new stage. Let's get some tea leaf messages. So we have mountain, major challenge to overcome, and I do see that this challenge is really about powering through their self-doubts and their mental anguish. We have here unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. This may be a message for them, but also for you. Let yourself be guided by your intuition. We have April. So a shift in events might happen in the month of April. We have 3 affairs with your family. I wonder if for some watching this reading, this person does know your family. We have older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. It may be that your crush is older than you. Perhaps they are worried that this age difference might affect how you see them or whether you would actually be interested in them. Okay, so to close this reading, let's look at this little wishcraft message. It's from the wishcraft deck, and it's an affirmation that might be useful for either you or the person you are inquiring about. So let's have a look at it. So the affirmation for you: dance to the rainbow. I love to have beauty in my life, so the universe is inviting you to take each moment as it is, to enjoy the beautiful things and live in the present, and to shift your focus towards the sunshine, towards the things that are working out. There's a beautiful kind of detachment about this card. And I'm just flowing, I'm just dancing to something really beautiful. And if you really want to join me, then I have my arms open towards you. You can come my way. But I'm here enjoying myself under this rainbow, under the summer rain. I am having the time of my life, so I think you would be very happy if you joined in on this dance. But there's no pressure. I'm just here enjoying myself and enjoying this beautiful feeling just as it is, carelessly and with ease and happiness. So these are all the messages that I had for you today, Group 1. I hope they were beneficial. I hope they provided some clarity to you and that they helped inspire you for this stage of your journey with your person. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and giving a like so that other people can see it as well. But for now, this is where I leave you. I'm wishing you a good day or a good night wherever you are. Take good care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hello Group 2, and welcome to your reading. So today we are asking the question, how does your crush feel for you right now at this moment? And we will also have a little look at how they felt and what they thought during your last interaction, either in person or online. And we will also have a little look at their intentions for the future of this connection. You chose this beautiful wishcraft card with a unicorn, so graceful and so magical. Alright, but we won't have a look at it just yet. We will save this message for the end of the reading. And you also chose this big and powdery pink golden butterfly. I love it. Maybe this will be my reading also. Let's see. Okay, so over here I have a little handmade deck. And in this deck we have different scenarios of what might be going on between you and your crush right now at this moment. So, by the way, if you are interested in having this deck for yourself, then do let me know in the comments, and perhaps I will put it up on some Etsy store or something, make a printable file. So we have flirtation, we have shared interests, we have pillow fight, okay. So I do see a very flirty energy. Perhaps you have been already in some kind of circumstance together where you playfully had a pillow fight. Perhaps you are roommates with this person, or perhaps you hung out at a party. And we also see here someone who is afraid of commitment, okay. So it could be either you or them, but I'm kind of getting the idea that it might be them. And we also have all talk, no action. So someone here may be saying like, hey, you know, we should meet up sometime and go and do this and that. And then they don't follow through with that plan. They don't come up with any suggestions. And yeah, I can see how this is a little bit confusing to you, because again, you have shared interests, so there will be probably a whole bunch of things that the two of you could do together, but yet someone is backing away, and it could be this fear of commitment. But we will have a look at everything. I will get your tarot first, and I will not be taking reversals with this deck. I think the images are just very beautiful as they are. So we will keep them upright. We will be taking 5 cards, not 500. Okay. So we have the Prince of Summer, which is the Page of Cups. Alright, we have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Pentacles, which came out in group 1 also. And what else? You're a very self-assured person, group 2. I see you as that. And this person might be quite childish in the way that they see love. Right, because you have already graduated from the school of love. You really know how to get in touch with your emotions. You know exactly what you're after, and you are really very willing to give love, true, genuine love, in a very mature way to someone. And your person is coming up as a page. So there is some kind of romantic interest right there, but they are not ready to take this seriously. And we also have the 3 of Pentacles, a card of building together, a card of growth and expansion through teamwork. Okay, so, and on the back of the deck we have the Empress, so that doesn't surprise me at all. I think, group 2, that you are quite evolved compared to your person. I don't know if you are older than them or just more mature. Maybe you've had more life experiences, or maybe you have always been this way. You've always had a very mature outlook on life, on love and relationships, and you wanted something sincere, a deep connection, because you have everything to offer here. So your person does recognize this. Group 2, your person is really very much admiring you for your strength, your self-determination, for your uniqueness. You are not afraid to stand in your own power, to express yourself, and I feel that this is really what is drawing your person in. But at the same time, they are quite silly in how they approach you. I see them coming through as a really playful person, quite a lively person too, but to be fair, this is really all talk and no action vibes. This is really someone who is wishing for some kind of flirt, some kind of casual relationship, and they are having fun, they are coming your way, but they don't have that much to give. And I don't think you really want their 4 little pentacles when you have 9 of them and you're so happy with who you are. It's like, is that all you got? Is that all you can give? Just these 4 little pentacles? Hey, I've seen better. I've got bigger sharks chasing after me. What's going on here is that they would really have to put in the effort with you to actually build something, a solid foundation together. This won't come easy. This will require them to commit and strive for better. It would require them to follow this passion and be honest and sincere, right? I feel like I want to draw a couple more cards about how they feel for you. How they feel for you right now and at this moment. You can see they have a lot of admiration for you, definitely a lot of interest. We have the 6 of Pentacles. And we have the King of Swords. Alright, so let's put this here for now. I see your crush being a little bit smug right now at this moment in regards to you. They're like, well, group 2 has been giving me some attention. So I do know that they're into me, right? They think that they know exactly what's going on. They have clarity on what's happening. And they are really pursuing this quite logically. Like, of course, group 2 likes me quite a lot. Yeah, we've been flirting around so much and I've been getting some attention. I think I've got this. This is the message that is coming through. So let's have a look now at what they thought and how they felt the last time you talked, the last time you saw each other. That card wanted to jump out. We have the 3 of Wands, okay. Waiting for their ship to come in. Waiting on a return on their investment. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the High Priestess. We have also the Page of Pentacles. And just now I realized that I've been calling this knight a page this whole time. It's a little bit confusing with this deck, but yes, it is actually the Knight of Cups and not the page, so I guess your person is a little bit more evolved than what I thought they would be. And we also have the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we've got the 2 of Swords. So this is interesting. The last time that the 2 of you saw each other or spoke to each other, I see them really considering whether to make a step forward, really considering whether they should confess something to you. You can see here the 2 of Swords is contemplation, going back and forth between 2 thoughts. I see them here waiting for a hint from you that it is okay to move forward, waiting for a hint that they're on the right track, that their actions so far have been leading them towards success. Because here we have the High Priestess, so their intuition was very much telling them that this would be a good opportunity to act. Yet still they were studying the situation, trying to gauge exactly what is going on and whether this would truly be a good opportunity to come forth about their feelings and to have some kind of emotional start with you. So again, there was some back and forth, there was some indecision, but they have They may have decided last minute that perhaps it is the wrong time for them to assert themselves, because they were perhaps afraid of rejection. So there's this back and forth in your last interaction, because they were on the brink of something. Were on the brink of coming forth with some kind of information regarding their emotions, and they wanted some kind of subtle feedback from you that it is okay to proceed, and perhaps you were closed off at that time, so the opportunity was missed, and they decided to wait a little bit longer to see if this is truly moving into the right direction. So let's see then, in the future, what are their intentions for you? Would they actually come out if they had another chance to confess these feelings to you? Do they have some kind of plan moving forward with you? Would they want to express their truth to you and what's been actually going on in this connection on their end? One more shuffle. Would group 2's card confess their feelings for them? Would they express what's going on? What is their plan for the future in this connection? Group 2 and their crush. What's their plan for the future? What are they planning in this connection? We have the Page of Swords. We also have the Knight of Cups again. For some watching, this person might be dating other people. They are not really eager to put all of their eggs in one basket, right? We also have the Hierophant in reverse. So the Hierophant is about institutions like marriage and school and such. So this also goes hand in hand with the non-committal message. This is someone who is not ready to settle down at this time. We also have the Queen of Wands. They really see you as a very powerful, very unique and confident person. So this is really what is drawing them in so strongly. We also have the Queen of Cups. So at the same time, they recognize you as being mature and sensitive and loving. And perhaps they feel that this potential would be wasted on them. See how she's pouring out her cup in this already huge lake of emotion, and her expression is so blank. I think this person wouldn't want to break your heart, group 2. And they fear that might be the case because, again, at the current time, they are not very willing to settle down in a committed relationship. But I also see them, in a sense, burdened by their lifestyle. You can see how difficult it is for this knight on his horse to gallop through this river or lake, and perhaps through giving their attention to, for some, more than one person at this time, they have been overextending themselves. And now there may be some kind of drama going on. But what I see here with the Page of Swords is that you will get some clarity in this connection. But it may not be exactly what you're expecting, and it may not be done in a very diplomatic way coming from your person. They may be a little bit brash on how they come forward to you, and possibly even making assumptions on your feelings for them. And I'm getting this kind of attitude of take it or leave it. This kind of attitude of, am I not good enough for you? Something like that. And I'm not necessarily getting player energy from everyone here, but I do get some kind of issues surrounding not being able to make the effort, not wanting to really put in the work. For example, someone who would rather stay home, maybe be gaming with their friends on a Saturday evening instead of taking you out on a date. Someone who does put themselves first in a sense. So what I see here is that right now, at this point of time and with this energy, they would not be ready to really step up to the challenge of seducing you and really trying to build a relationship, because you are seen as these two queens. And perhaps you have put it out there that you seek a more stable partnership, that you are expecting someone to make the effort to show up in the best way. This is what I'm seeing here from these cards, group 2. Let's now get some oracle cards. And I did it also for group 1. I will do it again for you. What kind of shift in energy would be necessary so that group 2 and their person can come together in the way that group 2 here desires? We have the mountain, all right? So the universe is saying that there would be a lot of obstacles to overcome and a lot of effort would be required from your person in order to arrive at that state where they can be truly a genuine giving partner and not just a knight or a page. Perhaps this person is very competitive, so they will see it as a challenge, seeing your high standards, and they will decide, just for the sake of the challenge, that they will try their best. They will want to put their best foot forward here. The universe is saying, don't lower your standards. Do make it clear to this person what you need, what you expect. And don't settle for second best. Let them try. Let them prove themselves to you. And perhaps for them it will be some sort of journey of initiation and maturing into a better version of themselves. We have here card number 51, Healer of the Ages. And we also have card number 16 with Patience. So if you are invested in this connection right now, it might take some patience for it to crystallize into the thing that you want and into the thing that you're expecting. It may take some time to grow and to steady, to secure some feelings for each other. So it is up to you to decide whether it is worth that time or should you just drop it. It's all up to you. Here with Healer of the Ages, I see a form of transformation, a form of moving past old negative beliefs. I see getting some divine help on breaking some patterns that no longer serve you. And I'm getting the feeling that this person is playing an integral role in this whole process. It may be that in some circumstances their behavior is triggering you, but with the purpose of you reevaluating where you stand in connection to your own self-worth, in connection to your boundaries and your expectations from a relationship, and it is a challenge set in order for you to learn to love yourself more, and in order for you to heal any kind of negative attachment patterns that may have influenced some of your past relationships also. All of this is being brought into awareness for the purpose of healing. It is like a boot camp that the universe sent you on, so that at the end you will have a blank slate, so to speak, within your perception of relationships and love connections, so that you can truly welcome with open arms something new, some higher form of connectedness to others, and perhaps getting you ready for a deeply committed relationship with your own true soulmate, either this person or someone else. That is something I cannot tell you right now, but you will be divinely guided towards that kind of relationship. I will get now some more oracle cards for you. What else? What else does group 2 need to know in regards to their crush and the feelings that they have for them? What else does group 2 need to know right now at this very moment? We have your path, number 36. Have courage to follow your own path. Okay. And it is really about that Empress energy, about stepping into your own power and doing what's best for you. And we have number 14, happiness, joy of life. So you are being encouraged to follow a path of happiness and do what feels good for you, to really embrace your own inner beauty and shine your light into the world. And in order to do that, you don't necessarily need this person. You are complete. You are whole. You are divine feminine. And if someone is willing to put in the work to evolve to that point where they can be your true equal partner, then it's on them. But until then, the universe is saying, don't step off from your throne. Let me get some tea leaf messages now for other details of what might be going on with your crush. We have here Lion, time to act. Someone here is being called to act. And it could be very well them stepping forward. We have Casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. So take that as it resonates. It may be as simple as the end of confusion, finally gaining clarity. It may be the end of worries and self-doubts. Again, it is always so that endings make room for new beginnings. We have bird flying, news is on the way. We also have chair empty, someone is leaving your life. So again, the message is repeating itself. But the universe here is giving you a heads up. And we have dog barking, advice from a friend. So one of your friends might be coming forward with some useful information regarding your connection here with your crush. Let me draw one more message for you before we end this reading. What else does group 2 need to know? This card wanted to come out. Lightning with power. You are powerful. You are a true force of nature. Don't let anyone question that. Be ready to shine your inner light, even in the face of adversity. Pick yourself up and put the best smile on your face and move forward with grace and ease, because you are a force to be reckoned with. All right, so group 2. Now, before we close the reading, we can finally have a look at your little wishcraft affirmation. This beautiful unicorn card, which does confirm that you are unique and you are powerful and you are majestic. So do follow your magic. Don't let anyone or anything take that away from you. So your affirmation is, be an animal. All right. Oops, I dropped that. Okay, let's try it again. I share my world with animals which have all kinds of strengths. Oh, that is a beautiful message. Be an animal. Again, it is about your power. It is about not being afraid to get wild, to speak your truth, and not hold yourself back in any way. So always remember your own beautiful inner nature and show that to the world. Shine that upon the world. Be that magical, majestic unicorn and shine your light upon the world. Group 2, this is all I had for you today. I hope this reading was useful to you. I do hope you found it inspiring in some way. And if you enjoyed it, do consider subscribing if you haven't already, hitting the like button so that more people can get the chance to see this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you are. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. So, today we are asking the question, how is your crush feeling for you right now at this moment? We are also gonna check how they were feeling and what they were thinking during your last interaction. And we will also have a look at what kind of plans they might have for the future of this connection. But before we begin, let me cleanse the energy a little bit after group 2. I think that group 2 was dealing with someone a little bit below them. Not really so much of a magical unicorn like group 2 was. So I don't want any of that energy lingering for you here, group 3. Beautiful. This is brand new and fresh. Okay, fresh energy. That's great. Alright, so today you chose this beautiful little wishcraft card with a wolf howling at the purple full moon, and also this beautiful white and very sparkly butterfly. Alright, but we will set these aside for the moment. We're going to have a look at your card right at the end of the reading. But first of all, I want to get a feel of the current situation, current scenario between you and your crush. That way you also know whether this is really your group or not. So if any of these scenarios resonate, do watch on. By the way, this is a little DIY deck of mine, but if any of you are interested in purchasing this, I could totally turn it into a printable for you guys, so you can make it for yourself at home. Let me know in the comments, and if you like it, then I will definitely figure out a way to bring it to you guys. Okay, so we got 3 cards and I would like to get 2 more. I got 5 cards for each of the groups. There may be a few different scenarios for all the people watching this video. So 1 more jumped out. Okay, we'll take that. And final card for the energy, the scenario between group 3 and their crush. Alright. This is beautiful. Acts of service we have. So this person might be very willing to help you out if you need it. Alright, we have work or school connection. So You may have met this person either at work or at school or in some kind of environment that you both frequent. We have shared interests, okay? We have desire for commitment, and we also have flirtation. So, okay, we have some overlapping messages with some of the other groups, but the overall energy is very, very different, especially from group 2, because their person was non-committal, and here we have someone with a desire for commitment. You might be into the same things, and there has been some back and forth with flirtation between the two of you, so there is definitely that suspicion that there is something more going on. Okay, so first of all, we will get the tarot for you. We will get the tarot and have a look at your crush's feelings for you. So for group 3 here, how does their crush feel for them, feel about them at the current time? What is the energy between group 3 and their crush? How does their crush feel about them? What feelings are there? What feelings are there for group 3? From their crush, from the person they are thinking about right now. I will not be taking any reversals with this deck. Your person is very protective of their feelings. We have the 10 of Swords. The resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. Okay, so this may be something that you have been dealing with or your person has been dealing with. We have number 5, Unity. And this is the Hierophant card. Okay. And again, this goes hand in hand with that desire for commitment. The Hierophant is about commitments. It is about formal institutions like marriage. We have the Queen of Summer, that's the Queen of Cups. Loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. This may be you, group 3. We also have number 11, Strength. Perhaps it speaks of the strength of powering through the obstacles that we're here to overcome. And then we have Release, number 13, is the Death card. So someone here is letting go of something that wasn't serving them. Back of the deck, we have the 8 of Wands. Okay. So I see here that there may have been some difficulties, either in your person's life as an individual, or between the two of you, in your relationship, in your connection. There were troubles to overcome, but the dawn of a new day is coming with this 10 of Swords card, which is actually not so much about pain and heartache, because you can see this fairy has completely left that behind and is looking forward into a brighter future. This is almost like the Fool card, stepping into a whole new experience. And what is that about? It is about unity. It is about the desire to build a strong foundation, to make it work with you. Because this person very much recognizes your beauty and your emotional abundance. And I would dare say that they crave that. Perhaps this is exactly what their soul needs. It's like a soothing self. And your presence is really comforting to them. It really brings them into a place of peace where they feel that they can be strong to power through their obstacles. And what they are saying here is that they are willing to, at the drop of a hat, release all of the negative things that have held them back and move towards you, because the 8 of Wands here is a card of swift movement and swift communication. So if you're waiting for some kind of step forward from this person, I see in your case that it may come very fast. And they will make it all known to you. They will not hesitate in acknowledging their feelings for you, and also putting forward the fact that they see this relationship growing into something more, something bigger, and you really mean the world to them. This is a victory, a success for them being able to be with you, to have you as their partner, would really turn things around, and it would be a completion, things coming full circle, and finally achieving happiness after a dark time. I can see your person very willing to power through obstacles, and as much as they are strong, they also have a very gentle nature. We have here the lion and the lamb. So they have both of these energies within them, and I think very much so that it is you, group 3, bringing this out in them. You are their inspiration, their shining star. Just having you right here at the center of this reading goes to show how much you mean to them. Right now you are the center of their world. So this is a very beautiful message. Maybe there's not really that much to add to that because you really mean a lot to this person. So let's move on and ask, what were they thinking and how were they feeling the last time that they saw you? The last time the two of you saw each other. So we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. We also have the King of Cups. So we have here a divine partnership. We have both King and Queen. And these are all court cards. These are all people cards. And we have the Three of Swords. Back of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So what I see here, group 3, are two different scenarios. For some of you, it may be that you have had an argument with this person over something, and that really made them feel very heavy and very disheartened afterwards, because they really saw the possibility of the two of you being together and really felt that spark, very much so. With the Ace of Wands, perhaps they took some action trying to reveal where they stand in connection to you, or perhaps they felt inspired to do so, but they held back. But I see here something that you did might have felt a little bit harsh to them. It's like you were asking them to face a particular reality, the reality of a situation which they weren't ready to come to terms with. So I see here some form of argument, or you just being very direct and blunt to them about something. Perhaps you were pointing out some aspect of their life which feels dysfunctional. Again, getting back to this message of addiction. Perhaps they were struggling with some form of addiction, be it to substances or gambling, or some form of sexual addiction, some kind of gaming addiction. It can really be anything. And you called them out for it, and their heart felt really heavy because of it. But I do believe that they acknowledged this, that they didn't hate you for it. They knew deep down inside that you are right, but they were very heartbroken for you seeing them in such a way. That is one scenario that I'm getting. The other one is completely different. It may be that this person came to you for comfort. Again, you are the Queen of Cups. You are someone who is intuitive and in touch with your own emotions and also other people's emotions. So it may have been that they were struggling with something and they came to you for advice, they came to you for comfort as a friend, trying to vent about something. And I see you being very practical about everything that they told you, and really trying to come up with some advice that feels most rational, that feels most logical. You were really trying to get a very clear perspective of what they're dealing with so that you can help them overcome this inner struggle. And And I see them very invested in this connection that you have. We have both the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. I see them as wishing to embody this kind of energy of the masculine who is protective, who is giving, who is a provider. And they really want you to trust them on this, trust them on the fact that they have something solid to offer you. Perhaps if the two of you were out on a date, they offered to pay for your meal or your drink. Perhaps they showed up as very caring. For example, if you were cold, they offered you their jacket, something along those lines. Or they drove you home. Or if you guys, for example, were texting, perhaps they were worrying about you staying up late and suggesting that the two of you go to bed so that you are not tired in the morning. Something like that. Just trying to be caring and protective. So this is what I'm getting from your last interaction. I really do think that this person very much wants a committed relationship with you, and it is only a matter of time until they step forward. Perhaps you already know about this, but you haven't yet made up your mind, and you are waiting for some kind of confirmation that this is indeed the kind of person that you are looking for. Only you can decide that, but they are loving, they are mature, and they are committed to making this happen. They are committed to making this work. They are showing up as two kings. And also the two of you are showing up as a couple. So if both of you desire this, then it could absolutely work out. It could become a beautiful love story for the two of you. The universe is saying, have no doubt on that. Alright, I will get one more deck now and have a look at their intentions for this connection in the near future. So for group 3 and their crush, what are their intentions? What are their intentions with group 3? What does this person want with group 3 in the near future? I saw there the Two of Cups. Let's see if it's gonna come out. What intentions does their crush have with group 3? Yes, we have the Two of Wands. We also have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Someone is trying to, I hear, get their life together. Perhaps your crush is dealing with some anxiety or depression. Perhaps not your usual flavor. Perhaps it's something that has really challenged them very much in the past. You see, there's different degrees to everything. We all have our bad days, and we all struggle sometimes. And it may be for more than just a day or two. It can be weeks or even months, but I do think that your person may have been dealing with something for a really long time. And now they are trying to be strong and get their stuff together, to say so. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. We also have the Six of Swords in reverse, okay? And one more card that flipped. Which one is it? It's the Magician. Okay, so really working on making something happen here. And bottom of the deck we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So I see here a decision waiting to be made. And I do think this might not be related to you, group 3. This is something that your person needs to work out within their own lives so that they are able to step away from a cycle of pain, to step away from something very hurtful, something disempowering that they have been dealing with for a really long time, because we also have the Page of Wands in reverse. Someone is feeling depleted. Your person is feeling very much depleted. And it may be that as of right now, they don't know what the best approach to this is, how to move away from the thing that they have been struggling with. So this is the Six of Swords. It's about moving away from a difficult situation into calmer waters, but it is blocked. So there is confusion about what path to take, and this is a personal battle. Again, it has nothing to do with you. If anything, you have given them the strength to power through this at the current time. But when this energy of depression, of anxiety, of stress has been dragging on for such a really long time, it isn't an easy thing to just wake up one morning and decide that I'm now starting my new life. All of the neural pathways need to be rewritten. It takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of commitment to start to approach life with new eyes. But your person is very determined to make this work. We have here the Magician. It is about manifesting a vision. So they do see this future with you, and they want the two of you to have this relationship work out, but right now they are still picking up the pieces of whatever has been going on in their own life. And I see them locking themselves away. Perhaps for some of you, your person is going through periods of extreme isolation where they don't really want to deal with anyone in their outside world. And you may be wondering whether you have done something wrong and whether they are really interested in you or just not caring so much. But what we see here is that they need this time. They need this time to get themselves back onto their feet, to find their spark again, their spark of inspiration. And if they go silent, it is not because of you, but it is because of what they have been dealing with for a while. But again, going back to this Ten of Swords card, they are on the last leg of this journey, so ahead is a bright new day. But perhaps they have not arrived at a point of seeing that just yet. It is, as of right now, a hope, a vision, but it hasn't realized itself in the practical realm. So they are still working on that. But let's get a couple more cards to see what might happen in the next 3 months, let's say. What kind of changes and developments might appear in the next 3 months? Okay, so we have Temperance and one more card. They are coming back into balance, which is great news, I think, for them and for you. I really see you rooting for them. You have a big, gentle, caring heart. And we have the Ace of Cups. So this is an offer of love. Absolutely. I see this for you. And I think you are really very much on the brink of a renewal with this person. They are just about to figure things out for themselves and really move into a new direction with more ease and more balance. And finally, having a sense of completion in their life with this infinity symbol. And yes, they do want you to be part of their life, looking into the future. So it is very likely that in the next 3 months, they will extend this offering of love to you. Whether or not this will come with any baggage, it is difficult to say right now, but I do feel that the two of you will find a way to figure it out if the feelings here are mutual. Alright, group 3, let me get you some oracle cards right now. I will get something a bit different for your group. This deck is calling me out, so group 3 and their crush. Anything else there is to know? So, stuck in the mud, number 24. And bone collector, number 1. Okay, so I see that your person is working very hard on getting themselves unstuck because they really want to move forward in your direction, and I see you as being the driver of this change in them. And with a bone collector, they are finally acknowledging the possibilities of what this could bring to them. For them, it has been a journey of spiritual evolution, and right now they are opening up to new possibilities. They are starting to see things from a higher perspective and really getting more in touch with their higher self for guidance in this time. And speaking of time, over here there is a clock, so it may be so that divine timing is at play here, and at the right time there will be some form of revelation that will awaken your person to their true power. Let's get some more cards for you. Group 3 and their crush. What other messages are coming through? What other messages are coming through for group 3 and their crush? Okay, we have letting go, number 21, emotional release. And we also have rhythm, number 28. Tune in to the natural rhythm of life. So again, I see your person getting in touch with themselves and accepting the ebbs and flows of life. If this has indeed been a situation of addiction, perhaps they have been dealing with some relapses, they are starting to accept that it is part of the process, and the most important thing is for them to power through this, to really learn to recognize their thought patterns and emotions, and to really let go of the things that have been making them blue, letting go of what's not useful to them anymore at this stage, allowing this cleansing energy to go right through them, washing away the feelings, the thoughts that do not serve them anymore. And perhaps they may be inclined sometime to release these emotions when they are with you, if you provide this safe heart space. And you might find that your person just lets it all out, and there may be tears. Just a warning here. But I think you would be very understanding of that, and you would be able to deal with that and provide them that safe space for their emotions without any judgment, and without letting this affect where you stand with each other. I see you being as a great comfort to this person. Let's get one more oracle card for you, and then we'll have a look at your wishcraft card. Okay, we have a man holding a heart, so this is really beautiful. I really do think that your person loves you deeply, that their feelings are very genuine, and they are ready to make this work with you. And perhaps it will bring them a healing of the heart, just being loved and accepted for exactly who they are. And if anyone can do this well, then it is you, group 3. I see you being as such an important part of your person's life. They are really trying their best here, and I hear that they are also grateful for your support. Alright, so to close this reading, let's have a look at the card that you picked. So, your card is, ooh, a wolf howl. My voice is heard in the world. So let's put it over here. So this is about speaking out without any fear of what anyone will think, being loud, being proud, and getting a little bit wild too, howling at the full moon. And it makes me think of just being very adamant about your desires on a full moon, really speaking them out loud and clear to the universe, because you are being heard. And the universe is ready to fulfill your desires, if only you just make it very clear and speak them out fearlessly. Don't be afraid to shine, don't be afraid to speak your truth. And also in regards to your connection, don't be afraid to make it clear where you stand. The universe is saying that you will really reap the most benefits from being honest, from being open, and from really speaking out with full confidence that you will be heard and the things that you say will be valued. But this is all I have for you today, group 3. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was beneficial to you. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up so that other people can get to see this video also. I hope you're having a good day or a good night wherever you are. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hello group 4, and welcome to your reading. I'm so very happy to have you here today. I hope you're doing well. So in today's reading we are asking the question, how is your crush feeling about you right now at this very moment? We will also be looking into how they felt and what they thought the last time you guys interacted, and we will also be looking at what are their plans for the future of this connection. So today you chose this little wishcraft card, really so beautiful, with the image of someone holding a giant star and almost torn in between, going into one of two directions. On one side there's this old house, and on the other side there's a beautiful castle. But we'll put it right here. We will save it for the end of the reading. You also chose this beautiful, sparkly, light red butterfly. It's just so cute. Okay, so let's put these aside for now, and we will first look at some scenarios of what might be going on with your crush right now at this moment. So this is a little deck that I DIY'd. If you find it interesting, if you would like to get your hands on this deck, do let me know. And I might make it into a printable and put it up on Etsy or something. We'll make it happen. Of course, you would have to do all the cutting. Yes, that's never really that fun, but I enjoyed making this. So we have crush scenarios. Again, this is to see if you resonate with some of the messages. If you do, then this is the group for you. Just continue watching. Let's see what you're getting today. So I'm gonna get 5 of these, and then we will move on with your reading. One more, please. One more card, one more scenario for group 4 and their crush. Okay, let's have a look at them together. So first of all, we have late night call. So this person might have called you late at night, or you may have felt drawn to give them a call. Perhaps you didn't act on that thought. And we have posting for attention. I think this came out in one of the other groups. Your person might be posting on their social media as if they would like to draw your attention, just to get some kind of reaction from you. It would seem that it is all done for attention. Then we also have kiss and tell. Oh my, so this is a little bit immature in my opinion, but it may be that your person does enjoy telling stories about their past relationships and how they dealt with that. Perhaps they believe they would impress someone doing that, but I just think it's not very tactful. Again, this might not apply to everyone. We have mutual friends, so you guys might have some friends in common. And we have all talk, no action. Oh, this looks a little bit like group 2. You might want to check out group 2. There might be some messages in there for you, but yes, this person might want to seemingly ask you out on a date and start to make some plans and then never follow through. So, but let's see what is going on here. What is going on with group 4 and their crush? What kind of thoughts, and most importantly, what kind of feelings does group 4's crush have for group 4? What feelings are coming through? We have the 9 of Cups, we have the 4 of Wands, okay, we have the Emperor, we have the Sun, Awakening, which is the Hangman, and we also have the 10 of Pentacles. We got one extra card compared to the other groups. Don't tell the other groups. But all of these wanted to come out. And on the bottom of the deck we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so there might be something more to this person than meets the eye. Okay. What I'm seeing here, straight off the bat, group 4, is that this person's feelings are genuine. They really are. And they are so much into you. Group 4, you are their complete wish fulfillment. You are everything that they have ever wanted. And they really want to celebrate that. This is a card that speaks of unity, coming together, celebration. So they would really love to do that with you. They are thinking about it so much. And even though they try to appear controlled and they try to stay on top of their game when it comes to you and the way you interact, you can see that this Emperor is holding their hearts in their hands. So I think no matter how tough they would like to appear, they do wear their hearts up their sleeves, and they really admire you so much, and you bring so much joy into their lives. Perhaps this is someone who is typically quite serious and they don't really like to show that many emotions, but something about you has triggered them into this awakening where they really have to put themselves in a position of seeing things a different way, because you just bring so much joy. So they start to wonder, how can I be more lighthearted? How can I dive into this feeling more? Because it is really so appealing to me, and it is like an awakening. It is something almost as if from a fairy tale, and this may be a person who has never believed in the love of their lives or has never believed in happy endings. But then again, what you bring to this person is just so exciting, it's just so beautiful that really they are strongly considering to commit, to give you their all. They really want everything with you. Not just on a romantic plane, not just on a sensual plane, but also they want to give to you security, comfort, commitment, which is long-term. See, they appear here as the King of Pentacles, they really want to care for you, they really want to nurture you and keep you safe and give you the love that you want. They are really being very authentic here. Group 4. So what is going on actually? Why is it that they don't follow through with what they say? Why is it that they're showing off in such a way? I want to get more information. So they seem to have these very deep feelings for you, but then again, they are acting a little bit childish. What is this behavior all about? What's going on with them? Why can't they really open up fully to group 4, to really deliver their feelings, their thoughts in the most authentic way? So we have the 8 of Cups. What else is there? And we have the 10 of Wands. One more card, and this is Ego, number 15, which is the Devil card. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, group 4, is that your person is getting quite burdened by a lot of responsibility, and oftentimes they may not be in the right headspace to handle this situation in the way that all of this deserves. It may be that they are enslaved by societal prescriptions of what they should do and how a relationship should progress and how they are supposed to show up in a relationship or in a budding relationship, in a connection where there's nothing tangible going on just yet, but there is romantic interest. So there are a lot of societal prescriptions about what we should be doing, how we should approach things, how we should message or not message someone, how much attention should we give, and how we shouldn't come off as desperate. And there's a lot of these ideas being propagated in today's society, which really do keep our heart space quite closed. And for someone who is perhaps not that spiritually advanced, someone who still puts a lot of emphasis on the 3D material things, then all of these norms could seem as desirable, they could seem like they make sense, and I must be a certain way in order to achieve success with the person I'm interested in. So they are really putting up a facade, they are putting up a mask of being a certain way, as to not being seen as too interested or too desperate. I'm getting this word simp in my head. I'm not too sure what that means, but yes, I guess someone who invests a lot of their attention towards someone who is unattainable. Alright, so they really don't want to be seen in such a way. So what they have is this very elaborate mask that does feed into their ego. They kind of feel good about it, but at the same time, there's also this desire to move on from these appearances, to just be able to express themselves fully as they truly are. And they are really craving that. And I think a lot of the things that they do because they have seen other people do them. They think it's alright, and this is how you get someone interested in you, but that really is not the case in reality. It just creates a lot of frustration and a lot of delays on both sides. But right now I see that their awareness is limited. They are looking to move past it, but it might take them quite some time. But just know, by the looks of it here, that their intentions are genuine and they are considering not just an offer of love. They're not just looking for a good time, but they also want a long time. They really want to build something with you. So now let's get the tarot cards back up and let's tune into their thoughts and feelings the last time that they saw you. We'll draw maybe not that many cards. We will draw 5 or 6 cards. Okay. We already have 4, so let's see, 1 or 2 more cards regarding group 4's crushes, thoughts and feelings the last time you interacted. Okay, so we have number 14, balance. We have the King of Wands. We have the 6 of Swords, also the 7 of Wands, and then we have the 3 of Wands. Alright, bottom of the deck we have the 7 of Swords. Again, I am not taking any reversals with this deck. I told this to all the other groups too. So, group 4, the last time that you and your person interacted, either physically or through some kind of online interaction, they were really feeling very passionate about you, group 4. And I would dare say quite turned on also. The King of Wands is someone who is fiery, someone who gets very excited, and I think quite truly that you got them excited. You got them into this headspace. Like, they really want to get to know you better. They really want some more of you. And they were having quite a difficult time to balance themselves, to temper themselves, alright? Because this is a temperance card. It does speak of an equilibrium. So they were finding it very, very hard to control these impulses that they have. Take your time, there's no need to rush. But they really felt like rushing into this. And again, we have the 6 of Swords card, which is in a sense fairly similar to the 8 of Cups. It is about walking away from something. And I think here that what they were trying to put in the past is their own insecurities. If they have been struggling with a lack of confidence, they were trying really hard to work past that because they really want to put in the work, because they really see this connection as something that has potential for growth. So it's as if they are waiting for something to happen, but perhaps they are not ready at this time to take action. Perhaps they are waiting for something on your end, and you are not ready to express that either, so there is a bit of a state of limbo. Now we have here the 7 of Swords. We also have the 8 of Pentacles. So there is a sense of insecurity here, and they feel the need to research this more, to get a better grip of the situation before they decide to move forward, because their emotions, their heart tells them that yes, this is something that I want to work towards. This is something that I really desire for myself, and I think that what we have is real, and there is this sense of carelessness and freedom and just a good time without worrying too much about all the little details. When you're together, you are at ease with each other, but then when you're apart, something shifts and you're not as confident anymore about what you have and whether it is real and whether it will take root, and most importantly, whether the feelings are reciprocated. And I do think that this is actually what your person is struggling with the most right now, figuring out whether these feelings are reciprocated, because the little time that you guys spend together just feels so dreamy and wonderful, but then right away after you're apart, then doubt starts to creep in. So this is the real challenge here. But I will get another deck right now to see what are this person's intentions towards you, group 4, in the near future. What are group 4 precious intentions in the near future for this connection? Group 4 and their precious intentions. What steps do they want to take moving forward in this connection? A bunch of my cards flew out, but I will take these. I actually hear that I should take a few of these. So we have the 4 of Pentacles. We also have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 2 of Swords in reverse. We also have the 8 of Pentacles again, and we have the 8 of Swords. And bottom of the deck we have the 9 of Cups. So what I feel here, group 4, is that in the near future at least, your person will continue to be guarded about this connection, and you might find them keeping to themselves a lot and not really expressing what is going on in their heart, because what is going on in their heart is this feeling of being stuck, being trapped, of having to put in some more work. It's as if no matter how much effort they put in, they never feel perfect. They never feel like they are ready to move this forward with you, not because something you do or don't do, but something related to their self-image, because they have been daydreaming about you so much and all that could be, and how much you mean to them, and how special you are, and how you are a dream come to reality, that they are blocking themselves. They are blocking themselves from making that call, from deciding that I'm going to make a move here, I'm going to work towards this connection and actually reach out to my person. They are really blocking themselves, and it's as if they never feel ready. And what they fear most on your end is rejection. It's not being able to match each other, because here, you as a Queen of Pentacles appear reversed, so you are not ready to give your pentacle here to them. I hear that this is all an illusion. It all originates within their mind and from their own faulty belief system, from their own feeling of not being enough, and also from them conforming again to all of these ideas that society puts forth for us on how to act in romantic relationships. They would love to open up, but they are very much afraid of doing it wrong and then missing this opportunity with you. So let's get some oracle cards for you, group 4. Let's see, first of all, is there any way to shift the energy right now? Okay, we have the kiss. This is really interesting, the kiss. So I was asking, in which way could group 4 take action in order to shift the energy in this connection. And we are getting the kiss. So, if some kind of opportunity presents itself to you, group 4, to share a kiss with this person or a moment of intimacy, that the universe is saying this might be a turning point for them to understand that all of this worry was for nothing, and then the feelings are truly reciprocated. Another thing that I'm tuning into right now is you manifesting your desired outcome through holding the vision of this kiss that the two of you share. Remember, there are infinite versions of our reality, and in each one of these, everyone has free will. So if there's a space and time right now where the two of you are apart, just know that at the same time, another space and time frequency coexists in which you are together, or in which you are about to come together in union. So if you can shift and tune into that frequency of that space and time, some people call it alternate universe. I am quite reserved in using that term, but there is a slice of time and space, or a slice of existence apart from time and space, where the two of you are together. So if you can tune into that frequency, if you can get on the bandwidth of that emotionally, mentally, and hold that vision, then you will flow into that place effortlessly, and this manifestation will come to you. It is bound to come to you. I could go on quite a lot about free will, about how we shouldn't impose our own will on others through manifestation. I really do not believe that this is possible in a so-called multiverse, and there are endless possibilities of everything that could be going on within our lives, coexisting at the same time. And we are there having those experiences again, all at the same time. All of creation is complete. I could go on and on about this topic. If you're interested, please let me know. I might make a separate video just on that. But let's get you some more oracle cards right now. So what else is there to know? For group 4 in their person, we have Door to Spirit, number 32. And we also have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Okay, then that's number 36. So the second chakra is associated with sexuality. It is also associated with your own power and self-confidence and passion. And I do think that this person really brings out all of these things in you if they have a lot of passion for you. And the passion is very much mutual. And when the two of you are together, you interact at this level of the second chakra. And sometimes you may even feel a tingle in that area right around your pelvis. When you think about them, you can try to keep track of all of your bodily sensations, because they all do speak about a certain pattern, a certain flow of energy. Then we have Door to Spirit, number 32. It may be that at some level you are feeling very intuitive about what is going on in this connection, and also the potential for the future. You see that this door is open, and you see that there are many good things to come in And it is only just a matter of time. The universe is saying, trust your intuition. No matter what situations present themselves to you, right here and right now, just know that it is very likely that you are very connected to divinity, and any kind of information that you get from your higher self, from your intuition, from your inner feelings inside your body, inside your dreams, inside your spirit, just know that they are true. And you should trust those at all times. Don't let your mind get in the way of this, because you can rely on yourself, your higher self, to guide you into this connection. What other messages are coming through for group 4 here in regards to their crush? What other messages for group 4? We have bright future. Okay. Number 6, the darkest hour is just before the dawn. You're on the brink of something. You're on the brink of a transformation in this relationship. Something will bring you great joy. We also have spiritual insight, number 32. Number 32 with sacredness. So again, you might be getting a lot of insights on what's really at play here. And if there are any fluctuations of energy in this connection, we can see here 3 different phases of the moon. First, the moon is waxing. It's a waxing crescent. Then the moon is full, and then it's waning again. So if you feel these variations in energy when it comes to you and your person, just know that they are part of a cycle, that they are natural, and you should honor the flow of things, because you are very insightful and you yourself are the best guide. In this situation, you can see the woman is illuminated by the moon, and all of that wisdom, all of that energy flows through her and then into this cauldron, almost like concocting a potion or making a spell. You are the maker of your own spell here. You are the maker of your own destiny. And just know that you are divinely guided and inspired towards the best course of action right now as we speak. Let me get some tea leaf messages for you also, to see what kind of events, what kind of things you can expect from this connection in the future. What else is there to know? We have carriage, okay? A journey, either physical or mental. We have mountain road. You're on the road to success. So congratulations, group 4. I think you are doing everything right. We have bread. Okay, I love bread. But it says here, period of prosperity and abundance. And this may really mean emotional abundance also with your person. Some good things are coming up your way. And when I think of bread, I also think of warmth and home. And you may both feel very much at home with each other. We have horseshoe with good luck. So luck is on your side in this stage of your life. And we also have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. So it may be that your person comes forward to say how beautiful you are, or how inspiring you are to them, and how they really appreciate your closeness, your friendship. These are really all very beautiful messages. They are an encouragement from the universe that you are doing great. Don't doubt this, not for a moment. Because what you have here is genuinely the start of a beautiful, beautiful connection. So, one more thing before we end this reading. Let's have a look at the little witchcraft card that you chose in the beginning of this reading. So let's see. The card is build a fairy house. There is magic everywhere. There is magic everywhere, and I can see you learning to appreciate that. And your person might start to join you in this energy. They might start to mirror your energy. Because remember, you are the sun. You are bringing so much joy into their lives that they can't help themselves. They get sucked into this beautiful and positive headspace, and they will also start to believe that miracles can happen and magic is everywhere. And I think they really feel the magic when they're with you. It's like an alternate world where everything is possible and all of their dreams can come true, and all of your dreams also, group 4, can come true. So I'm very, very happy for you. And if you like this reading, do consider subscribing, giving a thumbs up so that other people can see it. I hope this has brought you clarity and inspiration. But for now, I'm gonna end this right here. I hope you're having a good day or a good night wherever you are. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!